start with you, Mr. Cox. Dr. Cox.
First things first, remember the character of your organization will mirror the leader at the top. And I have this saying called compassionate policing. You don't develop it overnight, you develop it over time, but you have to start somewhere. I'm sorry for Wednesday, young lady. I'm deeply sorry for your loss. I really am, but I understand your concern firsthand. When you are in your time of need and a loved one is struck down violently, the last thing you need to have happen is to be victimized by the very first responders that you call to assist you. Not on my watch. That cultural sensitivity training that you're talking about will be embedded in our training programs and reinforced by the leadership, that diverse leadership that I said we're putting in place. It matters. So the short answer to you, the leader will direct the conduct of the officers, and I will be held fully accountable for that conduct. So you come see me if that were to ever happen, or you have someone else experience that.
You know, in this world, there are 3 positions that someone should not seek if they don't love people. That's a politician, a preacher, or a policeman. I love people. I'm a policeman. And I can assure you from the top, it will come straight down, showing the compassion, showing the goodwill, showing the grace, whatever we need to do, because it's unacceptable if someone doesn't feel your hurt and what's going on in your particular life at that particular point. So I just, it deals with, it can't just be trained. It has to be something that's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? And we've got to hire the right people that have it in their heart.
It's probably going to sound like a broken record because I agree. I totally agree, and I'm sure the other colleagues would say the same thing, that you don't want to victimize a person twice. You can't allow that to happen. But I'll just add a little something to it. What happens sometimes is something called detective apathy. They've been there too long. They've been doing the same old thing. They've been seeing the same old thing too long to where they're numb against person's feelings and how they come out. And they don't even have a conscience of how it comes out. So I will vet every single crimes against person detected with a team to determine how long they've been there, if they're having that apathy, and examine any kind of complaints that have come in as a result of their actions after that. But we cannot and we will not, and I will not stand for you to be victimized twice. God forbid that you have to be a victim, but if you were, you would not be victimized twice.
It all starts at the top, and I can tell you basically on your question, send a message. It's not tolerated. It won't be tolerated if you don't treat someone the way they need to be treated. I don't care who they are. The bottom line is, I learned this early on when I started my career. And I started at the back door of the jail. Wise man there told me one time. He said, you never know what the circumstances were to make that person come to this door. They made a mistake. That doesn't make them a bad person. So you have to apply that across the board to the victims or whatever circumstance you are in life. You never know what puts somebody in that situation. And you don't judge people. You just do what you can and move on. But you try to do the best you can. It comes from the heart. It does come from the heart. And I've been very good at the challenge to find somebody. I love working with people. I love helping people. And I think it comes from the top down.
Hey, I've had an opportunity to work with families who have lost loved ones to violent crime, and I can tell you, it's a challenging thing to do. And it's absolutely inexcusable for that family who themselves are victims of that violent crime to be victimized twice by an officer who is not showing enough compassion. It's about professionalism and it's about accountability. And I can promise you that any of that is not going to be tolerated when I'm sheriff. Training is good, you need that, but I would agree with what these gentlemen say. Compassion is about who you are. And you have to be able to show that, and you have to be able to have some empathy toward people in those trying times. So again, I think it's more about accountability and professionalism that will drive that in meetings.
Well, Mrs. Williams, while you have the microphone, we are going to allow you to start us in the process of ending the night. You get 1 minute closing statement.
Great, well, thank you so much. Listen, as I said earlier, I spent 23 years serving this community, and I served at every supervisory level in the agency up until I was the Director of Patrol and Enforcement when I left the agency last August. And I can tell you that we've got challenges, we've got issues that we have to overcome, but all of those we can accomplish by working together. Again, you can't do anything in a law enforcement agency. You can't be successful unless you have the support of the community, and we're going to work on that support every day. We've got budget issues that we have to work on. We have operational issues that we have to work on. But support from the community is something that's hugely important. Again, we're going to strive for that and work on that every day. I can tell you this. For us to be successful as an agency, we have to manage and attack those priorities that we have, and we'll do that. But at the end of the day, for me, this campaign is about me keeping my family safe in Jacksonville. It's about me keeping your family safe in Jacksonville. And I promise you, as your next sheriff, I'm going to work hard every day to do that. So my name is Mike Williams. I'm asking for your support on March 24th. Thank you.
Thank you for having us here tonight. I enjoyed your questions, I really did. My name is Lonnie McDonald, and in 1 minute, I'm not a politician, I'm a patriot. I'm a patriot, I love my country, I want to apologize for that. I served 31 years with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and was recognized for doing things nationally for some of the things I did. And even sent around the country to look at the violent crimes and assess other agencies, brought that experience back. After I finished, I went and served my country for 2 years in Afghanistan and was very successful at it. Recognized all the way as high as a general for things that we were able to accomplish and do there. And you say, well, what does that mean here? Well, that experience, what worked here, worked there, and it was successful. The principles I learned here were very successful there. And that experience I bring back is wisdom. Wisdom to lead this agency, this city, to make us the best agency or the best city, not only the state, but in the country, and a model for the country. And that's what I bring back. Thank you for your time. Lonnie McDonald.
Thank you for this privilege and opportunity. Thank you for hosting this forum. My name is Ken Jefferson, and I want to be your next year. You know, I ran this race in 2011, and they didn't give me a chance. I ran against an incumbent who's the current sheriff right now. The first thing they said was you can't get enough signatures on petition ballots because we've been trying for 18 months to get 5,500 valid signatures. You can't do it in 10 weeks that you have. You don't have that small time window. Well, that encouraged me. And that just gave me the force to do it. So we didn't get 5,500 signatures in 10 weeks. We got 10,000 signatures in 6 weeks, number one. Secondly, the pundits and professionals said that you would get maybe 3 to 5% of the vote because the turnout is going to be very low. Well, we got nearly 40% of the vote the last time. So I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm back. I'm back. I want to change the complexion of how we do law enforcement here in Jacksonville. We need to have a sheriff that's transparent, that's out front, that's going to do the job. I ask for your vote. My name is Ken Jefferson. I look forward to being your next sheriff because there is a new sheriff coming to town. His name is Ken Jefferson.
Well, I'm Jimmy Hoderfield, and I want to be your next sheriff. Put my 35 years of experience, the most of any candidate, to work for you. I've been over on the patrol side, been a zone commander. Been over on the corrections side, seen a mother's tear in her eye, coming to visit her son or daughter inside our jail. Been an HR chief, been a special investigator to the General Counsel's office. Yes, I've been a union president, and I've also negotiated for management. Maybe that's why the Fraternal Order of Police endorses me, and the International Association of Firefighters, and the Brotherhood of Police Officers, and the Brotherhood of Firefighters, and the North Central Labor Council, and the United Grocers Association. So I'm very proud of being a sheriff for the working man and woman in this community. I'm Jimmy Holderfield. I want to be your next sheriff.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Let me start by saying that there is a groundswell sweeping across our nation. The public is demanding say-so in the affairs of their policing and how their neighborhoods are being policed. From St. Louis to New York, Texas to Florida, the public will have their voices heard. I entered this race back in 2013. I was the first candidate in the race. For 2 years I've been running this race. I was the first candidate qualified this year to bring you what you have been asking for years. And that is oversight of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I'm going to put you back in charge of your police force, folks. Dr. Cummings for sheriff, on March 24th, get to those polls.
On behalf of the National Council of Negro Women, IBEW, and Russell Hopper, we want to thank him for allowing us to be here, and we want to thank you for showing up, as well as the candidates for being a part of this process. So, now that you've heard from the candidates, on March 24th, early voting starts March 9th, we're going to ask you to make sure you get out and vote. Take somebody with you, take a young person with you to see the process. And again, we want to say thank you for being here, and thanks to the candidates for showing up as well. Good night.